Today, I'll be sitting with a very special guest, a personal injury attorney with more than 20 years of experience and $750 million in results for her clients. Super lawyer Maryam Parman. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a mother to a wonderful 9-year-old son. He's absolutely amazing. I've been an attorney for over 20 years, so through my experiences and what I've learned over the years, I've been able to give back a lot to the community, which I'm very proud of. I am one of the national board members for TIP, Trauma Intervention Programs, strictly a group of volunteers who are first responders to tragedies. But most importantly, representing thousands of children over my career, I realized the need for special medical care for them that insurances usually don't pay for, such as wheelchair accessible vans, horse therapy, swim therapy, speech therapy. So I founded a nonprofit foundation. And what we do, we take care of injured children. So we provide them with the medical treatment that they need. And it's the Maryam Parman Foundation for Injured Children. In addition to that, I support girls' basketball teams in high school. I have scholarship programs every year. So it's been an absolute joy and privilege to be able to give back to the community.
You know, I love that you're doing great things for your clients who you know, but you're doing great things for people you don't know, and that's just wonderful generosity, so really commend you for that. Now, unfortunately, the majority of us do not prepare for the aftermath of an auto accident. If someone watching us right now was injured from an accident, why is it so important for them to reach out to an attorney? Isn't that why we pay auto insurance?
Well, Tim, remember, insurance companies are businesses. They're in business to make money. They're not in business to pay claims fairly. And studies show over and over again that your chances of obtaining higher compensation for your injuries are much, much higher when you have an attorney representing you. So it's very, very important to at least consult with an attorney and know what your rights are so that you can decide how to proceed.
Miriam, I've been hearing that you've recovered more money than an insurance policy allows for your clients. How is that possible?
What it really comes down to is I hold insurance companies responsible for their actions. So if they mess with my client, they mess with me, and I will make sure that they pay for it.
Remember, everyone, if you need an attorney, give Miriam a call. And if you already have an attorney, get a free second opinion right now. The number is on your screen, 800-800-6916. Stay put, we'll be right back with more from Maryam Parman.
Superwoman, super lawyer, superwoman, superlawyer.com.
Being injured in an accident can be a traumatic experience, especially when the person at fault for that accident doesn't have insurance to cover your injuries. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with injury attorney Maryam Parman, who specializes in just this. And she brought one of her clients who had this happen to him. Miriam, Daryl, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Tim. So I would like to introduce Daryl. Daryl is a lovely client of mine I've had the honor of representing, and he was involved in a very severe car accident. So Daryl, I'm going to let you elaborate.
Yeah, I was a rideshare driver, and I was in a serious T-bone accident, and the other driver, he didn't have insurance. I ended up in the hospital. I was overwhelmed over the whole situation. I didn't know what I was going to do or what to do. And then I found Maryam Parman. They took care of me from the beginning. They've handled everything. Everything they said they were going to do, they did. And there wasn't a phone call that I made that wasn't returned or answered. So I really appreciate it.
Well, you know, that is a wonderful thing, Daryl. Not only that, you know, they treated you like someone they really cared about, but they generated results.
absolutely. I mean, it helped, but the most important thing was that I had somebody that was there all the time, that had my back from the beginning, even till now. I feel like we've built real relationships through the whole situation. And I expect to be invited to a few barbecues or weddings or something like that. I mean, I really appreciate the way I was treated, because I had a work injury prior to that, and the other attorneys just treated me like I was another number. But that was not the situation here. I'm just elated over the way everything turned out and with their help.
Well, Miriam, is this a common occurrence that somebody can get hit? I thought it was mandatory that they have insurance to be able to even drive a car.
Well, it is mandatory, but obviously for a variety of reasons, a lot of people don't have insurance, and there are a lot of drivers out there on the road without insurance. So it's really important to have uninsured motorists, but it's really, really important to speak to the right attorney to be able to get the right advice to know how to proceed. One thing that Daryl brought up that I wanted to share with everyone is that at our law firm, we treat clients like our friends. We form a relationship from the very beginning because it's Daryl's story, it's Daryl's accident, it's Daryl's injury that I have to be able to communicate to the insurance company to be able to get him the maximum compensation for his injury. And from the very, very beginning, that strong relationship between the attorney and the client is very, very important to the outcome and the success of the case.
Well, thank you, Miriam, for the information. Daryl, thank you for sharing that story, and congratulations for, again, finding Miriam in the first place. And I know you're on your way to recovery, so well done. Now, remember, everybody, if you need an attorney, give Miriam a call. And if you already have an attorney, get a second opinion for free right now. There's no obligation, so do yourself a favor, get a free consultation and a second opinion from someone with a proven track record. The number's on the screen, 800-800-6916.
Superwoman, super lawyer, superwoman, superlawyer.com.
We're with personal injury attorney Maryam Parman. She's recovered $750 million for her clients and has over 20 years of experience. We have the pleasure today of speaking with one of Miriam's actual clients. Rafa, tell us about your experience being in an auto accident and working with Miriam.
I got rear-ended, and I called other lawyers after that. No one would take my case. And then as soon as I got to Maryam Parman, I called her. Throughout the whole process, everything was updated to me all the time, and I went to the best therapists, and they got me basically $95,000.
First of all, well done for calling an attorney quickly. We hear that all the time, and wonderful that you would take the case, because at first it doesn't appear like it's a significant case, but you knew better.
The reason that the attorneys were not accepting Rafa's case is because the damage to the rear of his vehicle was very minor. And the argument is always, well, does that minor damage cause injuries? So a lot of attorneys like the easy way, either it's worth just a few $1,000s or it's not worth my time to take the case. In my office, we usually accept a lot of cases that other attorneys reject, and we're very successful at resolving them. So in this case, a case that no other attorney would take resulted $95,000 in compensation to my client.
Well, congratulations to you, Rafa, because I know, first of all, you're feeling better, but to get that $95,000 where, in all likelihood, you wouldn't have gotten that if you hadn't found Miriam. If you're ever in an accident of any kind, it doesn't need to be an auto accident of any kind, be sure to call Maryam Parman. The phone number's on your screen. It's 800-800-6916.
Superwoman, super lawyer, superwoman, superlawyer.com.
Being involved in an auto accident itself can be horrible, but imagine walking down the street and being hit by a speeding vehicle. That's a nightmare no one wants to experience.
Kirk is a client of mine and actually very dear to my heart. He was involved in a pedestrian versus auto accident, and unfortunately he was in a coma for 2 months. So the way Kirk got in touch with me, since he was in a coma, his brother from Seattle had heard about my reputation and researched me, and Mom from Wisconsin, they contacted me, and this is after multiple attorneys had turned down the case because Kirk was blamed for the accident. He was placed at fault on the police report. And I gladly accepted the case and fought every step of the way, and was able to obtain a very large recovery for Kirk. We're glad that he's here today because the first couple of months when I visited the family in the hospital, he was in a coma and we were not sure if he was going to ever come out of it.
For a couple of months, I was in the hospital and had no knowledge of what was happening. But since I came out of the coma and started to improve, I worked with multiple people at your firm, and you're very helpful all the way through the case. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. And for a case that most other attorneys would turn down because the pedestrian was found at fault for the accident, we were able to recover $3.25 million for Kirk.
Well, the best thing is because of the things that happened to me, the physical injuries, just not having, excuse me, to work has helped me a great deal, and the financial settlement has helped also.
Well, Kirk, we are really thankful to have you here today. We're thankful that you're alive, first of all. And boy, thank goodness you found Miriam, and things have worked out for you from a financial standpoint, because for all the money in the world, would prefer to have never gotten in that accident. But since you were in that accident, I'm glad you got the compensation you deserved out of it. So congratulations there, and I hope you just do better and better. And thanks again to Miriam for making that settlement happen.
Well, it's been a pleasure representing Kirk.
Well, unfortunately, accidents do happen. If you are ever involved in an accident, please make sure you call Maryam Parman. She can help walk you through what to do after an accident and make sure that you get the care that you need. The number is on your screen. It's 800-800-6916.
Superwoman, super lawyer, superwoman, superlawyer.com.